Imagine being the president of a major world power delivering a speech and suddenly someone throws a shoe at you. This happened live on air, meaning no one can delete the footage. This would be the most embarrassing moment ever. There were strong winds that put this tennis player in an embarrassing situation when her skirt flew up. The President of the United States, Joe Biden, faced a major embarrassing moment during his speech when he referred to the Egyptian President, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, as the President of Mexico, a slip of the tongue that is quite unforgivable, isn't it?
Initially, the President of Mexico, al-Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan tried to ride a horse, but the horse rejected him and threw him to the ground in a funny and embarrassing manner. The thief entered a store carrying a gun, but he failed to pull it out, and it fell on the ground in a funny manner. He quickly fled the scene, not realizing his pants were about to fall down. There was a girl performing an amazing jump live on air, but the news correspondent tried to imitate her. However, her clothes ripped apart, and everyone laughed. Even a sports minister wasn't spared from a stray ball hitting him in the head while he was in a television interview. This player attempted to shake hands with the girls, but they refused, causing him embarrassment live on air. Do you know who this man is who slapped his girlfriend in this sensitive area in the middle of the street? He's the global singer Justin Bieber, who's been caught on camera doing these embarrassing moves with his girlfriend. The caller on this TV show put the presenter in the worst embarrassing situation when he spoke to her with such words.
This call is great.
Are we in for that or what? I mean, it's so fucking... Oh, no.
We want to apologize for that. So that went south very quickly.
This correspondent was doing her job live on air, but she was shocked when Superman fell in front of her, causing her to faint. The Finnish president embarrasses Trump with, "Don't touch me." Former U.S. President Donald Trump faces an embarrassing situation when he touched the foot of the Finnish president in a somewhat provocative manner, prompting the latter to push his hand away in a strange manner. During a group photo with Russian President Vladimir Putin, a tall man stepped forward and covered him, putting him in an embarrassing situation. Then the personal guard intervened and pushed him away. A video clip captured an actor portraying Queen Elizabeth II stumbling and falling to the ground in Harlow City while receiving the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Prince William and his wife, who were on a visit to the city. The prince and others rushed to help him stand up. The video showed Neymar tying his shoe while leaning on the ball, which Suarez playfully kicked away during training. This caused the Brazilian forward to fall to the ground. During this couple's wedding, the groom experienced an embarrassing moment when he fell to the ground, fainting while standing. This journalist collided with this huge ball while someone threw it towards her, causing her to fall to the ground.
Cheers, Maddie. Just like the movie, we're getting started here with the rock.
Hi. Oh, you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, God.
While this news anchor was presenting the news, she faced an embarrassing situation when a bug bit her from behind in a sensitive spot.
Those rallies were canceled. Excuse me, they are reportedly at the request of the congressman. Darlene, back to you. All right.
The opening lap of the qualifying race of the Chinese Grand Prix witnessed a massive incident involving multiple cars, most of which couldn't avoid getting involved. A camera captured the moment of collision involving 16 cars piling up on top of each other in a bizarre scene. The race was suspended following the incident, and financial losses were estimated to be in the millions of dollars.
Oh no! Oh, mayhem! And there's millions and millions!
Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, found himself in an undesirable situation when he asked an assistant on stage to throw a metal ball at the front window of the car during its unveiling, which led to the window shattering. This contradicted his previous claims about its strength and durability.
Okay. Try that on, really? Okay. Sure. Oh, man, it didn't go through.
A correspondent from an Iraqi channel fell into a water pool while preparing for a report. He was standing on this small bridge at the time. A player touched the referee, Liliana Strahaus, in a very awkward manner while she was officiating a match in the German league. However, she smiled at him, and it was as if nothing had happened. While an American soldier was listening to the speech and nodding in agreement in front of his comrades, he suddenly fell to the ground. No one could help him up until the speech was completed. The player was hit in the face by the ball, causing her to fall to the ground, as the ball was kicked by an opponent player onto her face. Do you know what this racer is doing while the man in front of him covers him with a blanket? He's relieving himself. The embarrassing part is that the camera captured that scene. A beautiful, attractive girl entered the supermarket to steal a glass bottle of drink. However, the cashier exposed her and made her take the drink out of her bag, and the camera captures the scene. In one TV show, there was a man disguised, and suddenly his clothes fell off, making everyone laugh at him from this embarrassing situation.
Tan bonita. El muñeco pudieron mandarlo para allá para la Esmeralda. Le cayeron los pantalones. Amárrate, compadre, amárrate los pantalones que al Chávez no se le...
There were two news anchors presenting the news, but they faced the worst embarrassing and funny situation when a car headed towards them, and they didn't realize it was being displayed on the large TV screen.
Pelo amor de Deus!
In a humorous situation, a cow crashed a wedding in Somerset County, southwest England. The cow showed objection to the wedding of the couple by mooing twice. The cow's action also elicited laughter from the guests, the bride and the groom. The attendees, the couple, and the officials stifled a quick laugh before proceeding.
In order to proceed, I must now ask if any person here present... If any person here present knows of any lawful impediment, why they should not be joined in matrimony.
While this girl was swinging on the playground equipment, she faced an embarrassing and funny situation as she flipped over and fell to the ground, with her head not spared from the game. Doja Cat, the American rapper, almost lost her Grammy Award on stage, facing one of the worst moments of her life when she ran from the bathroom to the stage and said live on air, "I've never peed this fast in my entire life." Additionally, she experienced a wardrobe malfunction. If this situation was embarrassing during live television broadcasting, pressing the like button on this video and subscribing to the channel would be a great honor for me.
I have never taken such a fast piss. in my whole life. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody.
Certainly, these two couples are afraid of dogs because when they tried to enter the supermarket, they saw a group of dogs on their carts and immediately left. This girl threw the basketball and boasted about her win, but the ball bounced back and hit her head, causing her to fall to the ground in an embarrassing moment. One of the celebrities threw the cake from the stage, but it hit one of the fans in the face. She requested it jokingly, wanting the cake for herself, resulting in her face looking very funny. The girl is lifting these weights and successfully managing to lift the first one. However, when she tried to take the second one, the first one fell on her, putting her in an embarrassing situation in front of the camera. This reporter is trying to deliver breaking news, but an elderly person has disrupted this report.
Para os moradores aqui da... Que susto, rapaz! Ô, seu antenor! Você combinou, Marcelino, com ele?
This journalist is in an important live interview when one of the channel's equipment fell on him, creating a funny scene.
Our framers thought about, because we didn't have a welfare state in those days.
Glenn, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Okay, good.
This man tried to provoke the ostrich, but it chased him quickly, got tangled up in the bicycle, and fell into the water. The truck that puzzled everyone by how it spun over this house. Let me present to you this scene of this amusing incident where it faced a situation that amused everyone, and the driver emerged from it unharmed. If there's no video clip, it would be very difficult to understand how exactly the truck ended up in this precise location. It's embarrassing. A celebrity provocatively grabbed former US President Donald Trump by the nose. The president couldn't contain himself and retaliated in the manner that he deserved. But the man didn't stay silent and he attempted to do something. However, the personal security intervened. The global singer Mariah Carey faced an embarrassing situation when she experienced a wardrobe malfunction during a live television interview in front of her entire audience.
This is live TV.
What should we call this? The Central Park Saga?
I dare say this is a TV moment.
It's singing somebody. Or
No,
hey,
listen.
I'll just hold them up the whole time.
That's
what are you
right.
gonna do?
The perfect setting for this embarrassing situation. While this news anchor was reporting about sheep on this farm, one of the sheep picked her up and carried her on its back, making her scream with laughter.
We'll slowly slip southwards. Sorry, I'm literally just riding a sheep. I'm so sorry, that was to happen.
Sometimes your guests at the party turn happiness into embarrassment in front of the camera lenses. Just like what happened with this bride, when one of the ladies fell off her chair. This famous girl exits the hotel door only to forget there's glass in front of her and crashes into it. This player is sprinting to perform his favorite move, but this time he fails and falls flat on his face amidst the laughter of the audience in an embarrassing moment. This little girl opened the gate for her father to take out his car, but what happened unexpectedly was that the gate fell to the ground. One of the funniest and weirdest moments is when a rooster screams loudly for 20 seconds until he passes out. In this scene, there's a tiger observing the duck, but the duck was clever enough to disappear from the tiger's sight. The tiger then looks around frantically but couldn't find it. What a dumb tiger. This soldier is firing the shell, but the soldier behind him didn't notice the empty shell casing that came out of the cannon, hitting him on the head.
Fire! Fire! Oh, sorry for start. You're out for start. You're out for start.
Let's get another round in
What a shock this soldier had when his comrades woke him up from sleep in this manner. This engineer in helping the driver reverse his car, but he inadvertently made him crash into the wall.
Come back, come back, come back. Come back, come back. That's good.
This camel played a prank on the tourist, causing him to fall to the ground in a funny and embarrassing way after tumbling over. This swimmer experienced an embarrassing moment when she got out of the pool and accidentally adjusted her swimsuit top. These players appear to be fighting, but this isn't a fight. It's actually a funny and embarrassing comedic scene. This news reporter is delivering the news from the middle of the street when this woman came up and ruined the interview.
And the skills shortages. Just how are they going to get those people? How are they going to bring them in? Do they need to change immigration settings? But of course, that's a very...
The contestants are running towards the finish line, but the winner couldn't stop himself and slid under the barrier. This journalist was about to start the live broadcast when a woman behind her caused an embarrassing situation due to a wardrobe malfunction. One of the judges faced the most embarrassing situation when she tried to sit on the chair but fell to the ground in a funny way. Watch the reaction of this boy participating in the show. During a horse race, one of the riders fell to the ground after a mistake occurring during the horse's jump. This TV presenter is trying to put a microphone on the guest of the show, but he's putting her in an embarrassing situation because they are live on air.
Donde quieras. No, ahí no puede. Tampoco. No, él no se va a quedar enganchado. Ahí sí.
While this news reporter was presenting the report amidst the weather, someone played a prank on her several times, around 5 times, by spraying her with water in an inappropriate manner.
You're watching KITV4, your island television news this morning. We'll be right back. How the heck did I get this job?
In one of the television's programs, this man carries the program's host, but he puts her in an embarrassing situation because of her clothes. Someone poured frozen snow on a player who was lying down in rest, startling her in an embarrassing way.
Oh dear, oh that's just disaster that. Oh no, oh goodness, oh my word, just because disaster that. Oh no, oh goodness, oh my.
While this reporter was covering the event, he pushed away someone attempting to disrupt the live broadcast by any means necessary.
Read arrival time no matter. Get out of here! Stand at arrival time. Sorry about that. Do you like the peripheral vision there? Standard 80 read arrival time, where he goes to every city. They're truly treating this like.
This contestant is running while carrying a pole to jump from this elevated place, but the pole settled in a sensitive area. One of the cyclists fell while this news reporter was presenting the report live on air. Then he got up, took his bike, and left. So, when he reached in front of the camera, he gestured with his hand.
Valentin, din această seară, programul teraselor va fi ceva mai lung, adică până la ora 21, la fel și în cazul programului magazinelor, care până weekendul trecut se închideau la ora 18. În plus, tot din această seară, oamenii pot circula liber și fără o declarație pe proprie răspundere până la ora 10. Sunt așadar efectele.
This girl is training to lift weights, but she actually threw the weight towards the coach in a sensitive area. One of the American football players throws the ball at the face of the journalist who was broadcasting a game from the middle of the field. Later, he apologized to her. Is this presenter trying to forcibly grab viewers' attention or what? Why is he wearing those tight pants? Or maybe the channel management imposed this. Wait, don't go yet. Towards the end of this video, there are much worse presenters than this one.
Soleado para todo este fin de semana y bueno, pues ya para el inicio de semana cielos parcialmente nublados, pero sin más tormentas.
This player, wearing the black jersey, kicked an opponent in a sensitive area, then left the field in tears, clearly affected by the injury. The fashion model was walking normally on the runway, unaware that there was a hole for her to fall into. Amidst the audience's screams, then someone helped her out of the pit. I've never seen a man being hosted live on air while sitting in a bathroom toilet in my life. But the camera captured it all.
Qu'est-ce que vous répondez à Anne Hidalgo?
This news anchor accidentally revealed a part of her embarrassing clothes while the live broadcast was running, and they didn't notice it.
I can give you a little peek, but
Aber wir können ein bisschen was.
just a tiny little some lace. That's all you get.
Das ist alles, was ihr heute zu sehen bekommt.
Wirklich stoppen. Besser kann es nicht mehr werden. If you win the goal.
They carried this anchorwoman as she requested, but in the end she faced the worst embarrassing moment live on air when she fell to the ground. This assistant referee was exhausted to a great extent, but still carrying out his duties. However, when the match referee arrived and signaled to him with a red card, he was ejected from the field. This presenter experienced a moment of panic when the studio backdrop fell on her while she was live on air.
നിരവധി യാത്രക്കാർ സഞ്ചരിക്കുന്ന കാരക്കുന്ന് തച്ചുണ്ണി എന്നിവിടങ്ങളിലെ ഏതു നേരവും വീഴാറായ നിലയിൽ
The presenter fell to the ground, but the most embarrassing thing was the sound that reminded me of things, you know. The first correspondent was delivering the report, and suddenly a plastic bag collided with his face in a funny moment.
Türkiye'ye giriş yapan araçların dezenfekte edildiğini de yeni şekilde öğrendik. Bunun da dezenfekte edilerek bir ucu.
In one of the most embarrassing moments, a major mistake occurred in one of the world's largest beauty pageants when Miss Colombia was crowned Miss Universe in 2015. Just seconds after receiving the title, the crown was taken off her head and given to Miss Philippines due to a major error by the host, comedian Steve Harvey, who found himself in an enviable position. In that moment, Miss Philippines felt hope again, conversing with another contestant as expressions of astonishment filled her face. At that time, the competition was being broadcast live and watched by nearly 600 million people around the world. In the 2009 Miss Brazil competition, while the winner, Eva Simões, was giving her speech live on air, contestant Sao Paulo accidentally removed her wig, revealing that she had been wearing a wig all along. It was an incredibly embarrassing moment. As a strong wave hit the ship, the glass shattered and water started pouring in. The helicopter was attempting to land in this spot, but parts of it crashed due to the pilot's incompetence. One of the race cars experienced a fire inside the wheel rims, prompting them to rush to the scene to extinguish it.
Even be the disc itself, and if it is, they've got to get going ASAP. This will be a hot stop for them, quite literally, isn't it? Yeah, it is the brake disc itself.
This weather presenter is delivering the forecast in clothing that embarrasses her, which doesn't suit her as a lady, isn't that right?
Quant à la grisaille, elle perdurera sur la côte languedocienne et la côte du Roussillon. Ailleurs, grand soleil, je vous le disais, et températures estivales, avec néanmoins un petit peu de fraîcheur demain matin sur le nord-est et le centre-est. 8 et 9 degrés seulement, ailleurs 10 à 18 degrés.
This correspondent was conducting a television interview with this man, but one of the players poured this substance on her, causing her clothes to become wet.
Ja, da gibt's so viele, aber klar, der erste Meistertitel.
Aber wenigstens eine Abkühlung, ne?
So ist es. Nee, der erste Meistertitel war für mich natürlich wie eine Last von der...
During the live broadcast, this presenter had her hands on her chest. What was he searching for, and why didn't she remove her hands from its place?
Thousands of people left without power after an earthquake hits Kent.
This player is preparing to jump over this hurdle, but she fell to the ground in a funny and embarrassing way. This player threw the ball and it collided with the goalkeeper's face, causing her to fall to the ground. This player faced an embarrassing moment when she attempted to spin but ended up falling and failing to do so.
Quickly, efficiently. Oh dear.
This player took a shot on goal, but her teammate put her in an embarrassing situation by causing her to fall in this humiliating way. This presenter thought this live broadcast had stopped, but it was still running, capturing her doing these silly actions.
8:15. Selena, thanks very much indeed. Now the time is 8:45. There you are. Let's get the headline. Indeed. Now the time is 8:45.
This soldier fell during military training, but no one immediately came to help him.
Ooh, shit.
One of the world's beauty queens fell off the stage, and this man helped her stand up.
Not to be outdone. We have an action star over here tonight. In the making over here in Miss World Philippines, Miss Philippines will go home with 150,000.
This player scored a goal and celebrated it in this embarrassing way in front of the cameras. This fan attempted to catch the ball but ended up spilling juice on his wife in an embarrassing manner.
Well, that'd be great. Don't need a shower, though. Plus, is the food ruined? Oh, yeah, those nachos are toast.
One of the world beauty queens was walking down the street when she encountered the worst embarrassing situation when she fell to the ground in a funny way. While this broadcaster was live on air, someone plastered a cake on her face, and they were immediately apprehended.
All kinds of problems, and every...
Security agent, security agent.
No, let him stay.
No.
Let him stay.
Well, at least it's a fruit pie.
Let's pray.
Instead of throwing the ball to her teammate, this player threw it directly at the face of an opposing player in this manner. The host entered to start the show, but she slipped and fell to the ground in a funny manner.
Pipiliin ko sa kupin. Sorry. Pipiliin ko sa kupin.
This tennis player is getting ready for the round. But what is this black thing appearing between her legs that put her in the most embarrassing situation? As the guest entered the TV show, she didn't notice what was in front of her, causing her to fall into this pit amidst the audience screams. This player is behaving inappropriately towards an opposing team player in this manner. Football is a sport of sportsmanship, not recklessness. One of the girls is carrying the Italian League trophy, but she faced an embarrassing situation when the trophy collided with her face. Russian President Vladimir Putin tried to play the role of the gracious host with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan at the Sochi summit. Putin gestured to pull the chair out for Erdogan as he stood up, shown in footage circulating on the internet. However, the scene turned into an embarrassing moment when the chair fell to the ground behind the Turkish president. In this scene, the anchor is hosting the journalist, but the journalist wasn't ready to appear live on television broadcast.
Jane Hill, who's outside the police station in Portimao for us this morning. Good morning to you, Jane.
This artist attempted to dance on stage, but he fell to the ground in a very funny and embarrassing manner. Perhaps one of the most embarrassing moments was when Jimmy Fallon met Indian actress Priyanka Chopra, and strange noises emerged. Isn't that right?
Sounds like a thing, man, you know?
It's a giant deal.
I know a gazillion people.
Well, I mean, explain what this is.
This is it.
Don't celebrate victory prematurely. That's what happened to this contestant. He was in the lead and about to reach the finish line, but he went to celebrate too prematurely, lost the championship, and regretted it deeply.
Stuff, Lewis. You can, and you know, you see his face, and you know no one has to say anything.
One of the Pakistani presenters faced an extremely embarrassing situation when she appeared live on air to adjust her microphone, which was supposed to be clipped onto her clothing near her throat. The surprise was that she didn't realize she was on air, and here's what happened. This diplomat fell in front of the live television broadcast cameras, but he got up and continued his journey. The Brazilian presenter Silvia Alves is indeed one of the most famous presenters in the world. Additionally, she has held the position of a member of the Brazilian parliament since 2023, while also working as a television presenter on one of the programs. Her clothing often sparks controversy when she appears live on air. I'm sure the Brazilian people follow her. However, she sometimes finds herself in embarrassing situations.
Todos vocês, esse aqui disse, olha, deixa eu ficar aqui no cantinho, que é para minhas filhas e conheçam mais dessa história.
In the final situation, we have the program hostess behaving as if she's at home and not live on air, performing embarrassing gestures in front of the world.
Salto triplo ou não?
Ah, já teve melhores.
Já teve melhores?
Já, eu prefiro a do pombo.
Mas eu vou treinar,
e a marchinha, a marchinha.
Aqui, a marcha atlética. A marcha atlética.
Vamos lá.
Finally, if you like this video, support us by liking and subscribing to the channel and activating the notification bell. This greatly helps us to continue with you, and see you in the next video.